Clutter Clarity is powered by Mr. Floor Cleaning Products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com.
Okay.
It's crazy world.
So I could spend, I don't know, the next 4 weeks talking about this subject. So we'll just go
And we probably will.
Right, because it's time for Clutter Clarity, and then you know what you do? You guys talk and talk and talk and talk. So
see what happens.
I wanted to
Dan.
talk about traveling, and
nuts.
so if anybody has any hints when they travel, car travel across the country.
No chili the night before.
877-711-5611. This is off on a little bit of a tangent. Squirrel!
Already.
In that for a month, I stayed in a little teeny apartment above a garage.
And how was that?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah?
It was amazing.
Like a little efficiency?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was teeny, but we're on the water, you know, and maybe you've seen some of the pictures. I mean, you just...
Was it a houseboat?
No, it looked like a houseboat, didn't it? Because that's how close we were to the water.
Well, you said you were on the water, so...
We were right on the
Some
water.
of the pictures were hard to see. There was feet in the way.
I know.
Anyway, the point being, I had one suitcase with clothes and then a little, carry thing that I just had,
Basics.
toiletry kind of stuff in. That's all I needed for a month. Then I get home to my big house.
Sure.
And I realize I don't need all of that stuff. I knew I didn't. And now it's overwhelming. All the stuff.
And now you know where the tiny houses come from.
Yeah. It's just overwhelming the amount of stuff that I have. And it's like, we're the first people who stayed in this little apartment. And she's like, what do you need? I'm like, we need nothing. There was a toaster and a coffee pot. There was other things like frying pan, which was great.
But you don't know how to use those anyway.
I did. I cooked.
That's what Don says.
Whatever. So it's like just the basics. We had one set of sheets, and I don't want to tell you how few times we washed them in a month. But, like one set of towels. We didn't need anything. We had our computer. We did have a TV. But all the extra stuff that people have, the blenders and the Cuisinarts and the mixers and the this and the that, coffee grinders, the bean grinders. And, one of these days I might need this tool. I might need this. Well, you know what? I'm going to go home now and just start getting rid of stuff excessive stuff. How many plastic pitchers does a person need?
One. I don't know. Dan, how many do you have?
Yeah, 12.
Yeah. And then the ones that you make the sun tea and that you carry to softball games and stuff.
We have all sorts of specialty. We are the
Yeah.
You don't want to come to our house.
Oh, I do want to come to your house.
Yeah,
I do.
We're both pack. I don't think pack rats should marry each other.
Correct.
They do some sort of blood test. I think that's so you have correct children. I think they should do this test, right? But I'm not sure what's the right answer because when a pack rat marries a pack rat, at least we're not fighting. I know pack rats who marry non-pack rats, and they're always arguing about it. But you probably run into that all the time.
That's true. That's bad. But anyway, so the point being, we don't need all the stuff that we have, we meaning my husband and I, and it's just amazing at how little you really need. But my whole talk, which my computer almost just went out, was about on this trip, the things that I realized. And so I have some tips for helping people when they're going to do a car trip or anywhere that they're going to stay.
You got 30 seconds.
Waze, Waze. Have any of you ever used Waze?
I've heard it's supposed to be good, but
the police don't like it though because you put where the cops are sitting.
Yeah.
Exactly. So not only does it help you, but if you have kids, it's awesome because you can use it like a video game.
Yeah.
You get little points for doing little things on this.
Okay.
But yes, so all the people ahead of you, if there's a cop ahead of you, they type in cop and then you'll get a thing saying 0.3 miles, cop ahead. 0.3 miles, pothole in the road, obstruction, vehicle on the side, stuff
or
like that.
Dumb Florida drivers hanging out in the left lane.
Well, they don't tell you that. But it's really cool because it'll tell you, your estimated time, like other things. But they will take you on a detour. And this happened to us. All of a sudden, it's like exit, here. We're like, we're on this road for 20 hours.
Sure.
We shouldn't exit. And it's like, exit. We're like, okay, we did. Half a mile up, there was complete stop on the interstate. And it told us to go around it. We went 2 miles around it, got back on. Waze, W-A-Z. It's an app. It's really cool. And like I said, if you're traveling with kids, they could fill out all of this information because I don't do it while I'm driving, but you could beep at other people. You put a little like emoji in for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's another person near you, you know, you can honk. You can
honk
online honk at them and stuff like that. But it's really cool because then, you know, the speed limit's whatever, 70.
90.
Nobody goes 70. But when it says, you know, cop up ahead, it's really
It's just
cool.
a suggestion.
Sure.
That's cool.
And I have used Waze for other things, like if I want to find a Hampton Inn, which is where we stay at, you can just put in where's the nearest. And it's easier than something like, because they'll kind of know where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed when I've like searched in other apps for things, it'll be like, well, where are you? Well, what state do you want to find the Hampton? It's like, no, I just want, you know, the one that's nearest me. So Waze is an amazing app, W-A-Z. How much time left?
30 seconds.
Hampton Inn. That was another thing I was going to tell you. What I found out about Hampton Inn is from traveling is they change their comforter or their bedding or their bedspread every day.
Mm-hmm.
Most places don't do that. Once a year, maybe they'll take that bedspread and they'll wash it. Oh, it's true. It's true. Places will change the sheets, but you know, there's that spread on top of your that you pick up like this with one finger, you throw it in the corner.
Yeah.
And you turn up the heat if you're cold.
Yeah.
Most places never ever clean that.
Oh.
So Hampton Inn changes, and after the break I'll tell you some more things that I like about Hampton Inn.
All right.
Because I have 5 more things to talk about.
Great.
We'll be right back. Thanks for listening to Mighty House.
Mighty House will return.
So the other thing I was going to say was back to the Hampton Inn. So I had 5 points to
How
make
much did they
about
pay you? Like you're plugging hard on this habit.
Yeah, really.
Ways. I didn't finish. That's the thing. I didn't get to finish it.
Not only sponsored by Mr. Floor, but also by
Waze
and
Hampton Inn.
And Hampton Inn. Oh,
but what I was just going to say about it is when you're driving down and there's a lot of choices, you know, do I stay at Motel 6? Do I stay at this or that? I was just going to tell you what I like about Hampton Inn. Isn't the show about helping people and giving tips and advice?
Sure.
So I'm sure there are others that are clean like them, but the other thing they do, not only do they have that really nice breakfast, which everybody has now also, you know, the free continental breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
Everybody has that.
A biscuit and some cereal?
Oh, no. There's fruit, there's eggs, there's sausage, there's waffles, there's oatmeal, there's hard-boiled eggs, there's bagels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they also have, which I just found out about, is they have these little paper bags, like a lunch sack. And if you're in a hurry and you don't have time for that breakfast, you just take a sack as you go. There's a bottle of water in there. There's a little like iced tea powdered thing that you could put in there. There's a piece of fruit. There's a granola type bar, and there's like a sugary biscuit, you know, a muffin type thing. And there's something else in there. So if you're in a hurry,
all that from Hampton Inn?
Bunch to go.
Not only do you get the breakfast, but when you leave, if you don't have time for breakfast, or if you're me, you eat the breakfast and then you take the little bag.
The care package.
It's a care package. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that? I've never seen another hotel do that. Has a care package when you leave.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. And then 60 seconds.
Which comes in handy on road trips, yes?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's the whole road trip thing. So the bottle of water, come on, that's already, you know, worth the whole thing.
Clutter Clarity brought to you by Waze, Hampton Inn.
It'll be another thing,
and
but I'll
Mr.
save
Floor.
that for next week. I'll save that for next week.
Excellent. Cool. All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with more right after this. You are listening to
Mighty House.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.